start. On va commencer. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our third French webinar. Bienvenue à tout le monde et à notre troisième webinaire en français. On est très content de vous voir tous ici aujourd'hui. I am Deborah, the Community Manager of Lingopie. Today with me, I have Martine, Sophie, and Marco, our French amazing teachers. Hello, hello. And yeah, I'm gonna present you today the agenda. Je vais vous présenter l'agenda. And as you know, the webinar of today is about the short French movie demo tape. Le webinaire d'aujourd'hui est basé sur le cours français demo tape. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed seeing the short. So the agenda for today, we're gonna start with an introduction. We're gonna present ourselves. Then we're gonna have a grammar lesson with our amazing teacher, Marco. Then the main part will include some short scenes from the movie. So we are all gonna watch them together. Then we're gonna have a vocabulary class by Sophie and a guided conversation divided in groups. To conclude, we're gonna have a question and answer session where you're gonna be able to ask us anything about us, about Lingopie, about the product. So yeah, that's the program for today. Ça, c'est le programme d'aujourd'hui. As I mentioned, the webinar is about the short movie demo tape. So let's remember what it is all about. And let's start also with the presentation. Écrivez dans le chat d'où vous vous connectez et quel show film vous regardez actuellement sur Lingopie. So write in the chat, where are you connecting from and what show are you currently watching on Lingopie? So Sophie, which show are you watching right now?
Well, I just started. Hello, everyone. Bienvenue. Can you hear me? Yes.
Yes,
yeah, okay.
Yes, you can hear me.
I just started watching the show Estudiante, that it's actually a French show, but it's spoken in Corsica. So it's a dialect. It's not French, like French. So you have also many options. We have shows from Canada. We have shows from, now we're going to have shows from different places in Africa. So yeah, there will be many choices to learn, right?
Very cool. Very, very cool. Sounds amazing. Ça a l'air très, très intéressant. Je vois dans le chat, on a Géraldine de Londres et Landon de New York City. Je regarde maintenant, c'est Boj. Ah, it's a really nice cartoon, Boj. I love it. It's super, super nice.
Do you like the songs in the show? They are always singing in the show.
Il chante toujours dans le show. Ben Nash from Santa Monica, watching Frappuccino. Okay, I didn't see this one. Sophie, did you hear about it?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's kind of weird, the story, but it's really, really funny.
So I must see it.
Oh.
We have David Chipola from Barcelona, Spain. Amazing. Florencia, all from Argentina, watching Cut. Anthony, I'm a French beginner from Michigan. We're from all over the world. Jen from Philadelphia. Very nice. Lynn from New Jersey. Okay, so I see we're really from all over the world. Hi, everyone. Bienvenue de nouveau. Let's continue. Yes, here we need your full attention. Later on, we're going to divide you into little groups for our guided conversation. We please ask you to edit your name. You're going to put one next to your name, the number 1, 2, or 3, depending on your level. If you're number 1, you're going to have a guided conversation with Marco, which means you're a beginner. Number 2, for intermediate, you're going to have a guided conversation with Sophie. And number 3, if you're an advanced, you're going to have a guided conversation with me and with Martin. To rename, to edit your name, you go when you have your little square where you see yourself, you go on the top right, there is 3 dots. You click on the 3 dots and there is the last option is rename. And next to your name, please put the number you feel your level is. Let's see, someone needs any other explanation on how to edit their name? If you can't do it, please write in the chat. I'm gonna rename it for you. I see Daniel did it, Lynn also, Anthony, great. I'm gonna repeat it one more time. On the little square where you see yourself, go on the top right, click on the 3 dots, and then there is the option to rename your name, and there you just put the number. Okay, I see most of the people are doing it. Okay, Jen, I'm gonna do it for you. It's not a problem. For whoever couldn't do it, please just write in the chat and I'm gonna take care of it. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so as I said, comme j'ai dit avant, le webinaire d'aujourd'hui, c'est sur le short movie demo tape. And now our amazing teacher, Marco, is gonna explain for those who didn't see it, what it's all about.
Bonjour, salut tout le monde.
Bonjour.
Donc, Demo Tape, c'est notre petit film d'aujourd'hui. Et bon, je vous fais une lecture, je lis. C'est que c'est la description de ce film. Samir is a Belgian actor, resourceful, good talker, but used to complications. He gives himself all the means to achieve his ends, as when he manages to get this meeting with an agent. But things get complicated when the later asks him to bring his demo tape. Voilà, donc j'espère que vous avez eu l'opportunité de voir. I hope you could see this this short film. If not, we're going to see some scenes here and there, and we're going to start just watching the first scene and doing a little lesson grammar.
So now we're gonna see the first short scene from the movie. And for those who didn't see it, don't worry, it's not gonna spoil too much.
Non mais déconne pas, moi je connais les dégâts de la solitude. Je connaissais un mec, dans le temps quand il s'est fait larguer, plus personne n'allait le voir. Et quand il est mort sur le canapé, on a pris des jours et des mois avant de s'en rendre compte.
Mais non.
Si. Et à son enterrement, il n'y avait personne.
Oh ça, personne, même pas un membre de la famille, quelqu'un ou...
Non, personne, pas de famille, plus d'amis, plus de famille, plus rien. Parce que la solitude, c'est comme un engrenage. Tu t'y attends pas, mais bam, tu tombes dedans. Ouais.
Je me sens mal, frère.
Ouais, je sais.
Vas-y, je l'appelle, c'est pourquoi il me répond pas.
Non, va aller la voir, va aller la voir. Tracasse.
15 coups de fil, 15 coups de fil.
Non, je suis là, on va aller la voir.
Mais c'est sûr, il y avait quelqu'un, même un chien.
Non, personne, je te dis.
Mais arrête, c'est fidèle, un chien.
Non.
Et le gars qui a creusé la tombe, il est pas resté, lui.
Non, même pas.
C'est un truc de ouf. Même, un percepteur.
Non.
Il doit de l'oseille.
Il n'a pas été non plus.
Et t'étais où, toi?
Moi, je voulais y aller, mais je me suis trompé de cimetière, donc...
C'est pourquoi?
Bonjour madame, désolé de vous déranger. Est-ce que Yasmine est là?
Yasmine, le volontariat, il est devant ma porte.
Là, tranquille, le point.
Qu'est-ce que tu veux, petite bite? Vas-y, putain, fais des phrases, je comprends rien là.
Non, en vérité, il voulait juste s'excuser. Voilà. Là, tu voulais t'excuser.
Ouais,
Il regrette ce qui s'est passé.
Tu sais, je suis désolé, tu vois.
Et voilà, on est là pour ça, quoi.
Ma fille, si tu veux réussir, tu dois te libérer du bolé qui t'entoure.
Okay, I see some comments that it's a bit too fast. Next scene, we're gonna see it in a slower mode. And yeah, now we're gonna have an amazing grammar teacher lesson for all levels from Marco, so enjoy.
So as we watch in this scene, we saw our main character trying to convince his friend to go to his ex girlfriend because he wants to have a demo tape made. He doesn't have one yet, and he needs the help from someone who knows video editing. So he's trying to give you to give him reasons to go back to her, and the explanation that he finds is that he shouldn't be alone, and being alone is not at all. It's not positive at all. So that's the way he's trying to convince his friend to go back and talk to his ex-girlfriend. So we're going to see some to focus on some sentences here because there are many useful resources that he uses when speaking to his friends. So this lesson grammar, la leçon de grammaire d'ici, ça traite sur la négation avec rien et la négation avec personne. We're going to see how the negative form, the negative sentences with rien and personne are formed. So to start, we're going to go with la négation avec rien, which can be translated almost every time as nothing or not anything. So we're going to see the next slide. Just to start, you have this first case when we have ne plus verbe plus rien. So to say nothing or not anything with a verb, you wrap the words ne, verbe rien around the verb. And this is just like the negative ne, verbe pas. It's the same structure. Ne, verbe pas, which is the simplest or the more simple way to do a negative sentence. You change the pas for rien. And you can see in this example, je ne comprends rien. Je ne comprends rien, where she's trying to ask him to repeat or make clear sentences because she's not understanding anything. Let's see another one, another example. And it's not from this scene, but from another scene. Ils ne servent à rien. Ils ne servent à rien, which is the opposite of ils servent à quelque chose. So these are the structure, but it's very simple, in fact, of this negative sentence with ne rien, which is translated to nothing or not anything. We can go on. Now we have another second possibility of structure, that is rien ne plus verbe. So the first one was ne verbe rien, and this is rien ne verbe. So you can also start a sentence with rien as the subject of the verb that goes after. In this case, you have to make sure to retain the ne. Examples that are not from the show. Rien n'est parfait. Rien n'est parfait. Nothing is perfect. Ou rien n'arrive par hasard. Rien n'arrive par hasard. Nothing happens by chance. So this is the second structure that where we can use rien, but not ne rien, but rien ne. Let's continue with the other one. And this time is for personne. It's la négation avec personne, which can be translated to no one, or not verb anyone, or nobody. In fact, there are many translations in English. Maybe it's more difficult in English than in French in some cases. All of this, no one, not anyone, or nobody, when it's part of a sentence with a verb, you can translate it to personne, ne personne. So let's see one first example and one first structure. The first one is ne verbe personne. You are going to notice this is like the same as the first structure we had from the other, avec rien. Ne verbe personne, ne verbe rien is the same. This is for the present. In the present and in other sentences without auxiliaries, like imparfait or imperatif. In these cases, ne comes before the verb and personne comes after it. So, for example, il n'y avait personne. When he's talking about the funeral of this friend that he invented because it's not true. He said that in his funeral he was so lonely that it wasn't, that there was nobody. Il n'y avait personne. We can see another one. The next one is another structure, the second one, that is like the second structure with rien. Personne ne verbe. You can also start a sentence with personne as the subject of the verb. And you have to make sure to retain ne. For example, personne n'allait le voir. Personne n'allait le voir. Nobody was going to see him. And we have another last one. Example. Non, désolé, mais là, personne ne peut comprendre. Nobody understands what you're saying. Personne ne peut comprendre. So we have seen, we saw 4 different structures to use ne, rien, and personne. To make a review of that, it was ne rien, rien ne personne, and personne ne. So if you want, we can try to do an exercise here. We can go to the next one, to the next slide, and we are going to see an exercise. Choisissez la meilleure traduction pour la phrase suivante. And pay attention to the meaning of the sentence that is on the picture. That is from the show Osvaldo, season 1, episode 13. No one's got my back. No one's got my back. What do you think would be the best translation? Je ne soutiens personne. Je ne soutiens personne. Personne ne me soutient. Ou rien ne me soutient. What do you think? You can write on the chat. Yes, as everybody is saying, it's B. Personne ne me soutient. You're going to see that for starting, you have no one. So personne is the subject of the verb that is got my back. Ne me soutient. Personne ne me soutient. Très bien, fantastique. Voyons une autre activité. La réponse à continuation. Et après, une autre activité. This is a little more difficult. Exercise. Mettez dans l'ordre les éléments de la phrase suivante. This is the English translation from a little subtitle on Voice Keeper, episode 4. And you have to put the words in the right order. Rien, tu, rien, de, connais, ne. And this could be a little tricky. I wait for your answers. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez? Comment vous mettez dans l'ordre rien tu, rien de, connais, ne? Tu ne connais rien de rien. Notice that the sentence, the translation, and the sentence we are trying to form is you don't know anything about anything. You don't know anything about anything. Tu ne connais rien de rien. Oui, exactement. Très bien, Anthony, très bien, London, très bien, David. Tu ne connais rien de rien. In fact, rien de rien could be something that maybe is in your ears, Sophie.
Sorry.
And I will say that maybe someone of you knows something like rien de rien.
Oh yeah, I was just singing the song. No, rien de rien. No, je ne regrette rien. Voilà.
Merci, Sophie. Sophie, c'est une chanteuse si elle chante. Rien de rien, je ne regrette rien. That is an example of another negative sentence. So let's go with the last one. We have the last exercise. Complétez la phrase suivante avec les mots qui manquent. And we have another time, the English subtitles. We have here, I have nothing to say, nothing to anyone. And this is like a real puzzle with rien and personne. This is from Geronimo Stilton, season 2, episode 11. So we have je, ai, a, and we have ne, personne, rien, rien, dire. What do you think? I have nothing to say, nothing to anyone. A typo. Je n'ai rien à dire, rien à personne. Je n'ai rien à dire, virgule, rien à personne. Très, très bien. C'est fantastique. Exactement. We can show the answer in the next slide. Je n'ai rien à dire, rien à personne. And you can see there some examples, as you saw, of the way of using rien and personne to construct different negative sentences, because there are many ways of doing this, even without a verb, like rien à personne. It doesn't have a verb, but it also works. So I thank you. I hope you like it. We're going to continue.
Thank you very much, Marco, for this amazing lesson. And now we're going to watch short scenes from the movie, and we're going to have a vocabulary class from Sophie.
Maybe we can slow it down a little bit.
Yes,
I think in this scene, they don't talk as fast as in the other one, but just in case. Intermediate.
Great.
Marre là. C'est pas vrai, merde. Pas ce matin. Il y a un problème, je peux peut-être vous aider. Je sais pas ce qu'il a, il marchait très bien ce matin, et puis là j'ai plus rien du tout. Ah mais ça c'est les Chinois. C'est les Chinois qui ont fait ça? Non, 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 je veux dire c'est made in China, et les Chinois ils vous trouvez, ils s'arrêtent jamais. T'es marre, putain. Si vous voulez, je peux jeter un coup d'œil. Pourquoi vous y connaissez? Comme on dit chez nous, l'air ne fait pas... Laissez tomber, je vais appeler un réparateur. Hop, 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 hop. Avec moi, ça va prendre 5 minutes. Et en plus, c'est gratuit. Ah ouais, je vois ce que c'est.
Vous êtes sûr que vous savez ce que vous faites là?
Ah, vous savez, quand j'étais à Los Angeles, à Hollywood, pour être plus précis, j'ai suivi une formation intensive en mécanique. C'était pour le besoin d'un rôle, un film avec Dwayne Johnson, je sais pas si vous voyez qui c'est.
Vous avez tourné avec Dwayne Johnson?
Ouais. Dwayne et moi, on était comme les deux doigts de la main. Toute la journée ensemble. Il galérait en mécanique, hein. Pas comme dans les films, là, face patati, face patata.
Vous êtes comédien là.
Ah, comédien, acteur, comédien. Je préfère dire que je suis artiste.
Ah, c'est marrant parce que moi aussi je suis dans le métier, en fait je suis agent.
Non. C'est fou ça. J'arrive à Paris, je cherche un agent. J'ai un homme dans la rue que je connais ni d'Ève ni d'Adam. Et bam, c'est le destin ça, non? Allez-y, essayez, on va voir.
Ah bah bravo.
Eh oui.
Les boulons, hein, c'est...
Ah, ça, ne vous tracassez pas, ils en mettent toujours de trop.
Ok, je vous file ma carte.
Non, ça m'a fait plaisir de vous donner un coup de main.
Si, prenez. Et demain j'ai un créneau entre 2 et 3. Si vous êtes dispo.
Ah, super.
Par contre, pensez à prendre votre bande démo.
Ah oui, bande démo, bien sûr. Elle est déjà prête. À demain.
Okay, so let's go back. We'll see some expressions we heard in the scene. Also, I think maybe you all know, but what a demo tape is, right? It's this tape that actors send to their agents. That it's kind of a brief summary of some scenes in plays they played or movies they were. So that's the way they promote themselves, right? So one of the expressions we heard in this scene was jeter un coup d'œil. That is literally to take a look. He wanted to take a look at the motorcycle because it wasn't functioning, but it was him who did it, so he could get to talk to this man, right? But I would like to mention here that l'œil, it's one eye, okay? I don't know, maybe some of you already know this, but there's a difference between saying one eye and both eyes, and it's a big difference. It's not like I'm saying, I'm adding an S to make it plural, okay? So one eye is l'œil, and both eyes, les yeux, okay? Génial, on va continuer. Très important. Après, ne connaître quelqu'un ni d'Ève ni d'Adam. I think this is an expression that also exists in English, but we say it mainly when I don't know him from Adam, I don't know her from Eve. Okay, so we make the difference between female or male, depending on who are we talking about. That is not knowing someone at all, never having heard of this person before. But we can also say, it's an expression that's similar, ne connaître quelqu'un ni de lèvres ni des dents. So it's not knowing someone not from the lips or the teeth, okay? Ni de lèvres ni des dents. Okay, next one, comme les doigts de la main. So this man is lying about his professional career as an actor, and he tells this other man he worked with Dwayne Johnson, right? Not in Fast and the Furious, but something like that. So he said Dwayne Johnson and himself were comme les doigts de la main. So like the fingers of the hand, right? But that is like, it's to be like brothers, to like two peas in a pod, okay? And the last one for this scene, laisse tomber. Well, he says laissez tomber parce que c'est la façon formelle de parler à quelqu'un, okay? So he's talking in a formal way to this, the guy in the motorcycle, to the main character, because they don't know each other. So they would, even though they are the same age approximately, maybe the man in the motorcycle is a little bit older, but even though they are kind of the same age, they wouldn't talk to each other in an informal way because they don't know each other, okay? So he says, laissez tomber. I put laisse tomber because it's kind of more common to hear it in an informal way, but of course it can be in both, because it's kind of a familiar way to say like, never mind, like drop it, let it go. We can also say c'est bon, or tant pis. It depends on the, like the way you're wanting to say this expression, okay? So let's continue to the other scene, please. No, sorry, we have the curiosity.
Okay, I'm gonna make it quick. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oui.
Just a little, le saviez-vous, a little fun fact about immigration in France. So in this short film, you can maybe hear a little accent. Well, we're seeing in this short film the life of immigrant communities, like a little sneak peek of their lives. So in France, there are 6.5 million immigrants. 9.5% of the population are immigrants. 4.1 million were foreign nationals, and 2.4 million, or 37%, had acquired French citizenship. This data is from 2018, so maybe right now the numbers are a little different. But you should know, historically, people born in Spain or Italy constituted a solid majority of the immigrant population in France. Right now, younger immigrants born in North Africa make up a considerable share of the immigrant population. So you can see in many films or shows that we have on Lingopie, this very important diversity in French society, which is very interesting if you pay attention to the way they speak, the expressions they use. You can perceive this whole rich, diverse spectrum of cultures involved in France. So we're gonna continue with Sophie.
Let's watch the next scene. Thank you for the information.
Il fait beau, hein? Du soleil, pas trop de vent.
Bon, vas-y, raconte, Yasmine et Momo, c'est comment?
Pas non, ça a été bon. Momo était en stress, mais ça va, elle a bien géré, franchement. Et sinon, tes affaires marchent bien?
Écoute, ça va bien. Tranquille.
Justement, je voulais te demander un truc là. J'ai un projet sur le feu, mais je manque un peu de blé. Tu peux pas me donner, s'il te plaît?
T'es sérieux? Tu me prends pour ta banque? Elle est bonne, ta blague.
Ah, ok, je comprends. Et Hassan, il sait que t'as été au ciné avec sa sœur?
Hé, tu veux la jouer comme ça? Hein?
Juste 200, quoi.
Juste 200 €? Putain, tu m'emmerdes. Hein.
Et je vais prendre celui-là aussi. C'est ça.
Okay, so let's see what expressions we have from here. Okay, so in this scene, we can see the main character who goes to one of his friends to ask him for some money. Why does he want this money? To make this demo tape, to get to the agent guy, right? So he started like making some chit chat with his friend, because he doesn't want to go and just ask him for the money, right? So he asks, how's your business going? So the friend says, ça va, ça vient. This means like it comes and goes, okay? So it's like sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's not that okay, but it's okay. in general. Okay. Then we have, he asks, when he says he wants money, he doesn't say money in French. I'm not saying the word because I just want you to write it after, but he asks du blé. Okay, so the literal meaning of blé, it's wheat, so the cereal, right? Like wheat. But what he means, like the figurative meaning of blé, is money, like money, dough, like the way, really an informal way of saying this, right? So I would like to know si vous connaissez des autres façons de dire blé en français, non? S'il vous plaît, écrivez-les dans le chat. Du blé, no? And like we have these ways of saying it in English. Think if you know them. Exactement, bien sûr, l'argent, exactement. If you know some other ways of saying money in French. And so he finally says, he says to his friend, you're not going to help me, so me dépanner, he uses this expression, me dépanner, that is really to help me out, right? So this comes from, well, the verb to repair, okay? So when something is broken, we say it's en panne. For example, ma voiture est en panne. So my car is broken, okay? So what I'm going to do, la dépanner. So I'm going to repair it. Maybe not myself, I'll take it to the mechanics, but someone is going to repair it, okay? Well, let's see. Ah, bichucha, ça existe en espagnol aussi. Non, mais, pardon. Des thunes, exactement, bien sûr. Merci. Well, let's watch the lesson.
C'est tout ce que t'as?
Quoi, ça suffit pas?
Non mais attends, tu te fous de ma gueule, t'as 3 plans pourris, comment je fais pour bosser?
Sois gentil avec ce Louis-là, ma fille. Louis, il est beau.
Non mais regarde, là t'es flou, là t'es dans le noir, et là je te vois même pas.
Non, attends. Là, on me voit. Là, tu me vois.
Où?
On est d'accord?
Ouais, je te vois, mais bon...
Ouais, voilà, vas-y, mais c'est du tien. Si c'était nickel, j'aurais pas besoin de ton aide. Ou alors, attends, mieux. Je te passe mon portable, tu me filmes.
Quoi?
Imagine, oui, c'est ça. Imagine, la Joël a besoin d'un expert en arts martiaux.
Putain, mais t'es barré en fait.
Mieux encore, un chanteur. Billie Jean, yeah, come on, yeah. To be the one.
Les idées et le talent.
Ou mieux, on fait une scène d'amour. Permettez? Chaque jour qui sont passés depuis la dernière fois que je t'ai vu m'ont semblé si long, tellement long, plus que l'infini. J'avais cette sensation d'être en enfer.
Je voulais rester près de toi, sentir le souffle de ta voix sur ma nuit.
Attends, t'essaies de pécho ma mère là?
Non, oublie ça. Ou je peux faire un mec mafieux, genre Scarface, donner la réplique à Al Pacino. Non, mieux, on introduit Al Pacino.
Tu veux que je mette Al Pacino dans ta bande démo?
Exactement.
Ok, bah c'est ta bande démo, hein. Si le client il est content, c'est le principal.
Eh ben voilà. Bon, pour les transitions, petites étoiles, tout le tralala.
Ok.
Fais confiance.
Ouais, tranquille.
On est d'accord.
Mhm.
Tu me fais du bon boulot.
Ouais.
Tu foires pas.
Allez, casse-toi.
Okay. So the expressions we have, some of the expressions we have in this scene. If you haven't watched the short film, I really recommend it because there's so much to get from it. So many expressions, so much vocabulary, and it's a really fun short film. So the first thing that here they are like trying to make this demo tape, right? So he doesn't have many scenes, or he doesn't have a good material to work about. So she says, "Tu te fous de ma gueule?" So are you kidding me, right? But this is like really, it can be also very aggressive. So it depends. Like you can say it like, "Ah, tu te fous de ma gueule," but if you use it with the right intonation, it can be really aggressive. So it's not something you say to anyone. Okay, tu te fous de ma gueule. It's like you're laughing at my face, something like that. So then she uses the verb bosser. Bosser, c'est un verbe, mais c'est pas vraiment un vrai mot en français, because it's really familiar. It means to work, and it comes from the word boss in English, right? So from the word, yeah, boss. Then we have here the word pecho. So when he's making this love scene with this girl's mom, she's like, "Tu essaies de pécho ma mère?" So pécho is to hook up with someone. It comes from the verb choper. That means to grab, to pick up. It can also mean to hook up. And it's really the backwards way to say it. So pécho, choper, okay? I don't know if we already talked about this in a previous webinar, if you were here, but this is le verlan. This is the way French people talk. They don't use it in every word, but they sometimes grab a word and say it backwards. So this is really common. It doesn't happen like everywhere, but this is an example. For example, choper, pécho, okay? Then we have examples like, I don't know, meuf, it's le berlin, the femme, the woman, right? I can example that, the first that came to my mind. Thank you, Marco. Yes, pécho is an example of berlin. Actually, berlin, le berlin, c'est aussi un verlan, parce que c'est l'envers, un verlan. D'accord, c'est l'envers, verlan. So even the word or the way of speaking is in this way of speaking, okay? The curiosity of the moment. And then we have the expression casse-toi. She says it in the end, okay, casse-toi. It's like, get out of here, peace off. It can also be kind of aggressive, so you don't use it like in every, with everybody, okay, in every situation, yeah? So this is the end of the vocabulary part.
Great. Thank you so much, Sophie. Merci beaucoup. Now we're gonna divide into our break rooms and enjoy your guided conversations. Okay, I was muted, sorry. Let's wait for everybody to come back. I hope everybody enjoyed their little break room. I hope you enjoyed the conversation and you had like you were able to express yourself. Okay. Are we all here? Marco is here? I'm not sure.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we were talking just
Great. How was your break room?
It was good. It was interesting, and we found ourselves here just in the middle. We couldn't finish the whole idea, but I think it was okay.
If you want to say the last few things here, si tu veux dire les dernières choses ici, maintenant.
Oui, juste merci beaucoup tout le monde, merci beaucoup Flore, Ray, Daniel, d'avoir participé tout le monde. Et donc, just try to be consistent with your strategies and your methods. Try to use different resources also, and get to know what's the best way for you to learn. Because it's very important when you're trying to learn in an autonomous way and by your own to build your strategies. So you need um, to to know the tools you have and what you can do. So you're going to discover the best way, and try to about using Lingopie, try to use it twice or 3 times a week. Just go and watch and write and repeat and use all the different skills, listening, speaking, try to use it in different circumstances. So thank you, Deborah.
Great. Thank you so much, Marco. And I hope everybody enjoyed their group. We're going to finish soon. We wanted to let you know that we also have a forum where you can actually ask any question you want. Our team, our teachers are always available to answer. I think it's a super useful tool. It's a kind of family. You have many categories. You can also find our webinar recordings there. You can find grammar tips, French lessons, and you can ask yourself as many questions as you want. It's also a nice way to interact with other users. I'm going to show you where you can find it on the platform. 1 second. I don't know if everybody knows about our forum. So here you enter on Lingopie and you can find it here on the side left forum. Here you enter and you have all the categories. Here is the French one. You click on it. You can create a topic, ask a question. And I think it's a very, very cool tool to use if you're a learner. I'm gonna show again one last time. You can find it here, forums, on the side, if you didn't know. Okay, let's go back to our slideshow. Obviously, don't forget to follow us on our social media. We are everywhere. We are on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Follow us for many tips about language learning, about basically anything you want. We share a lot of stuff there and create original content. And also we have our lingo lesson. Marco, if you want to present it.
Yes, our lingo lessons are one-on-one lessons with a teacher. Then it's always based on a show, on a certain episode. We try to do sometimes grammar topics, sometimes vocabulary topics, sometimes phonetic, and sometimes just talking, because we have also pure conversational lessons based on the episode, where we review the vocabulary and we talk about the different subjects that the episode can address. Like, for example, we can talk about being a mother or a father, or trying to the difficult to be in high school, whatever the show is showing is addressing. So you can book that in our platform. Maybe Deborah can show you.
Yes, I can also show this. You can find it private lessons. Here it is. You can click on it and here you have all the information. We also have this landing page where you can have all the information you want. It's about the shows. It's about, we also have like other experiences from users, which is super useful to read. And yeah, here you just click and book your first lesson and here you go. Great. Okay, so I think what happened? Okay, I think we're coming to the end. We're gonna have our session of question and answer. We're gonna try to answer all of your questions and just write in the chat for all your doubts. If you have something to ask.
Raise your hands and maybe ask us.
Yeah, of course.